We're on the kayak, and gonna try to see if you all can hear me better. I'm on the kayak. I'm about to put these earbuds in and see if that helps with the sound. I got a little feedback from the last video, but I did tell you all it was very, very, very windy. So we're gonna try to fish until I'm done. So now let's just see here. I'm gonna let you all see me for a little bit. We're gonna hope that we don't lose my phone in the water. And then after that, I'm gonna just point you all to where I'm fishing. But let's see how this goes. If this goes well, we're gonna keep doing it. I'm trying to find the perfect place to get this power cable, you know. I don't think this thing is necessarily waterproof. I don't mind damaging the cable. You know, we have so many doggone USB cables, right? But I also don't mind putting a notch in this thing to run a cable properly. So we'll just leave the battery out. Hopefully this is I took this battery off out of my flying kit. It's one of the batteries I use for one of my tools on the airplane. All right, so we tried this thing the last time, and you know, we missed some fish and things like that, but we're on the kayak, we're on the farm pond, and we're guaranteed to catch some fish today. Jamie, how are you so sure? Because I've been fishing this pond for years. I know where they are. We're gonna catch some fish, and I need it today. I got a lot of stuff on my mind, and the best therapy, personally, I know, is fishing. And I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this little spinner bait out here. I don't even use spinner baits out here too often. Uh-oh. Let's see here. No electronics, no live scope, no nothing like that. And just in case we don't get anything good, we're going to film for YouTube. You know what I mean? I still like to film. The batteries and everything should be good to go, but we're gonna catch a little bit of everything. I'm pretty sure. But no electronics, nothing like that. We got something turning up right beside me right there. Right there. Lots of bass in this pond. This thing, I think, personally has too many bass. So one of the things I'm gonna do, this is my aunt and uncle's pond. I'm gonna start taking some of these bass out and putting them in some other locations because it's overrun with bass. So I rarely catch big ones. We catch a lot of little ones. But it's got some big catfish. And you all have seen this place years ago on the channel. You all have seen this place. Now, we don't know what this spinnerbait is going to do. And we're just kind of burning through because I got to get the anxiety off. I just need to fish right now. I need to fish so bad, I don't think you all get it. It's like I'm a junkie right now. I need a hit. It's just got to clear my mind up. If this is what people who smoke go through, drink, anything else, that's how it is for me in fishing. My heart's going right now, you know, and we just got to get it out. We got to get it out. Now this color spinnerbait is more of a brim pattern. Now we just kind of checking things out right now. That was the first rod I pulled out. We're just checking things out, and we're out here in the mill just trying to get a random one. But you know, let's see what else we got to throw. We got this chatterbait on, and we got some other stuff. We got some lures we're gonna be trying out today. I just had to tie this one on. So this might not be dialed in right. I might just bird's nest in front of y'all, like, like I don't know what I'm doing. But oh my goodness, it doesn't have any string left. See, I let the guy I was fishing a tournament over the weekend use his pole, and I saw him back there always getting snagged up in the trees and everything like that. And I was just like, okay, this thing, okay, he lost some line. I just made a cast out and I don't have any line left on it. Golly. So we don't necessarily have to worry about bird nesting on here because it's only gonna go so far, you know. But that's what happens, man. You let people use your stuff. I should have left this in the shop. I took it out because I was like, I just put that leader on there. That's what took me a little bit of time a few minutes ago to put that leader on and everything else like this. Let's get something on the line real quick. Let's just get something on the line and then we'll turn around and try to go after something else. I have a lot of different lures with me today. Some new stuff that I bought for the tournament that I didn't use. So we're going to, it just feels good already. But we're going to go ahead and just get something on the line real doggone quick. We just got out here. So let's see here. You get any wind noise, I do apologize. But live videos, what do you think? Recording live, I don't know, it's like golf or something, real fishing, you gotta really be in it to like it. Otherwise, everyone just wants to see the highlights. Everyone wants to see the highlights, the big fish, this, but nobody wants to see. It may have taken them all day to catch a few, or a lot, whatever the case is. But shout out to you, whatever you got going on today. Hope it's good. Hope you have a good day. One of my guys out NorCal, he was like, it's really nice to wake up and see some fishing and everything else. I mean, when you know, it's like hunting. I mean, you sit down for a long time and you don't see much and you don't see much and then boom, you see one or you don't. You gotta love the grind. You have to love the grind. We're gonna put some soft plastics on real quick on one of these rods and see what's up. There's no need to even be weedless, but well, I'm not gonna say it's my only jig head. Man, I kind of hate that jig head actually. Let's see here. We might just, no Texas rig, no nothing like that. We might just put a doggone jig head on here and just throw it out. No need for anything too special. It's really not. And keep it simple. No electronics. We're just fishing. I mean, sometimes I go and I just throw out for a few little times and get a quick little hits or what have you, and then keep it moving. One of the things I started using on my kayak though is things can get pretty wet out here. Weedless tackle boxes. I know, weedless, waterproof, watertight, stuff like that. So, let's see what. Now a lot of times out here they like spinners and stuff, and we'll get back to it. But I'm gonna put this on real quick and drag it around back here. Just real simple fishing, just real simple. Real simple fishing. So we'll get one on the line. Like I said, really, I could probably just get me a spinner or something on and grab up something real quick. Yeah, one of the ways I like to do it is I keep my legs hanging off the side. You probably can't see it, but depending on the water. Now, some of these waters, shoot, like I don't have any plans on ever float tubing in Arkansas. From snapping turtles to water moccasins, alligators, and just all this type of stuff. Like, yeah, no, I'm not float tubing in that mess. Um, but in California, oh my goodness, what is that over there? In California, like, the fresh water is pretty doggone safe. There are times you hear, oh shoot, yeah, we got one. Dang it. See there? I thought I was trying to drag it through some weeds real quick, and it hit it, and but I was still thinking I was dragging the weeds, so I let go, and it said tut 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 tut, and yeah, that was my fault right there. That was my fault. Let's go back and try to get it again, because we can get it again. Like I said, there's just no need to be like weedless on here. Let's try to make sure we get all the hooks. Let's go ahead and get one. Let's go ahead and get one. Right there real quick. I just feel like I gotta get some right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a couple of things hitting that already. They're probably too small to hit that spinner bait. Sometimes like even when I was little, I was looking around and said, yeah, I got one. Like, nah, you don't mistake when you got a big one. They don't play around with it. They don't nibble. They don't do anything like that. You're gonna bust them. You start learning how to distinguish the rocks and everything like that, but you just got the fish, so you can distinguish just what is hidden. But right now it also is during, we got spawn time and everything else going on, so golly, dang it, got that one. That was my fault. I ain't reel it in before I start dragging it. Trying to fish with this one. Now we'll go back and get that one in a second. That's a bunch of slate rock in here. It's a bunch of slate rock. So when I said earlier, like, don't need to worry about being weedless, for the slate rock, nah. I wish that other rod was right. I really want to use some stuff on it with the gotta get it out the city. Hey, who do you all watch on YouTube? You watch Richard Jean? Richard Jean is my favorite. Like, outside of Uncle Steve and Winky Doodles and everything, like, dang it, yeah, we still got it. How do you catch a doggone green sunfish on a spinnerbait? Well, they'll go after anything that has. They'll go after anything. They are so aggressive, and sometimes that's what you get hidden on you when you're bass fishing. You get brim and green sunfish. So, oh yeah, something popped that. We gotta get out of here if that's what's in here. Over here. They're aggressive. They'll pop on everything. Like, I was feeling something popping, but I thought they were small bass. Let me go over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And don't forget my guy up in Missouri. Winky doodles, tell me fish tales. I'm old school. I like the old guys. Don't mind anything new, but a lot of people got too much flash for me. I like old, non-flashy stuff. Just go out there and fish. And there is something up with this. Maybe I shouldn't be using braid. It's not being springy enough for me to stay out of a bad cast. Oh yeah, it's a good spot. Yeah, we already get hit. Let's just slow it down a little bit. Shoot. Oh god, gotta be a bunch of little brim over here or something. You know what I found over the weekend? A lot of the brim are on their. They got a lot of beds out here. A lot of brim are on the edges. I didn't see a lot of bass on the edges. I saw the bass cornering up the brim. So it might be what we're getting over here in these pockets are a lot of brim on it, protecting their nest and things like that. So that is probably what we got. Let's see if we can't get this doggone thing from being stuck. It's somewhere over here stuck. And a lot of times when you get stuck, you just go the opposite direction and you can usually pull it out. It's one of the beauties with being in a boat or a kayak or something. When you get hung. But another thing is don't do like me and just swap your rod out and leave that one hanging down there. Let's see what this mess is. Might be a stick. Like we picking up. Ah, let me show y'all what happened. I thought I had a fish. So what it looked like was a green sunfish hit this thing and then ran under something. So that's what it was. And that's what we have over here. Apparently, we have a lot of green sunfish. We don't have the bass like I was thinking. Might be over here. It's a bunch of green sunfish. So we're gonna make a move. Wasn't that a man? We're gonna make a move and get up out of here. Green sunfish, don't get me wrong. I like catching brim and I just like catching fish. And believe me, I will have fun catching those too. But sometimes they are not fun because they're so ferocious. And if you have a lot of them in the water, they will hit everything that you put in there. They are just not picky at all. They're very, very aggressive. And so what happens when you have green sunfish in the pond and things like that, they will you'll start to lose a lot of the good fish. Green sunfish don't taste that good to me. Their meat is really, really soft. And so even if I don't, they're just fun to catch, but they're definitely not table fare as far as I'm concerned. Their meat is really, really soft, and but like I said, they're big predators. So if you have bluegill and things like that, what I found in small bodies of water, they will out eat them and overrun, and they're probably eating their eggs and things like that. So, you know, but no need to kill them out of here right now. I have not seen where they have taken over this body of water. Honestly, those might be the first two green sunfish I've caught out of here that I can remember. So, you know, let's go over here and check this spot out real quick. Back in the days, always one of my little favorite spots. Fish from the shore. I'm gonna, we'll flip you around for a little bit. Let you see what I'm looking at. Oh, That was a bump. But I want a bump from a big fat fish. I want a bump from a big fat fish. Ooh, my goodness. What was that? On the fall. Man. Let's get it back in here and try something again. Before we go and hit that dock, let's just try to see if we can get up out of here. Sometimes I use a lure that has a bunch of drag to kind of move the kayak like we're doing right now. That's why I'm fishing to the side. I'm making a turn. It's my trolling motor. Reposition. Using a lure. Just like that. Let's get up here a little bit. We gotta get a bass in the boat. Like, I can't just go live and not catch fish with you all. It seems like that's what's happening. Now, it might just be because I'm not a good fisherman. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to have fun. That's all. Just trying to do what I've been doing since I was a kid. Just that's it. And that's all of it. Come on, let's go ahead and get us one. Now, if we don't get what we need to get, we are just going to hit looks like the color is off. Ain't that nothing. All right, we're about to take this one off. I guarantee you, we might have to just go ahead and put a white color on. Oh yeah. Oh, got a little old bass. That thing was little. Thing was little. It was a little bitty woman with a little bitty waist. Little skinny leg woman, little skinny face. I got a woman named Bonnie Maroney. Wow. I said she's just skinny as a stick of macaroni. Well, gonna get married on the 9th of June. Curl up and hold hands underneath the moon. Said I love her and she loves me. That's the way it's supposed to be. La 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 la. I got a girl, she's not too fat. She's a little bitty woman and I like them like that. She's a little bitty woman, tough as leather, oh yeah. Little skinny leg woman, but she well put together. Y'all believe that? Let's get up in this channel real quick. Well, ain't that nothing? Whew, what a mess. I think I don't like this lure. I don't know what it is, but we I'm not a fan of it. Let me tell you something. There's a video like Stone Cold from back in the day. He said, if it's one thing I can't stand, one thing I can't stand. There's one thing I can't stand, these Guggen baits. Like, I don't buy Guggen stuff. I know that came free out of some little tackle kit thing, but golly, I really, man, I don't like anything from that brand. I think it's just a cash in and all that type of stuff. Let's try. My favorite spinner bait is this. Are these little cheap Strike King? These cheap Strike King red eye spinner baits in white chartreuse. You know, all those, then a little simple fishing lot. Little cheap little spinner baits in there, but I know one thing is just I don't have a leader on here. It's just straight braid. And let's see here. Oh yeah, golly, the first cast. Oh man, something hit it, but it didn't. It didn't commit. Let's get up on that. Oh my goodness, it's out there waking too. Like, let's get this little swim bait tail fixed on it though. There we go. Get that swim tail back on that thing. It might just be close to the top, but that one hit it right on the first go. But you know, shoot, I'm sucking these days at setting the hook. I have lost more fish on the weekend. Like, I think I lost like all my bass this weekend. I truly did. I truly did. Bad hook sets. Yeah, a lot of times, because I just don't slam up into them or anything like that. And I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to just jam that hook all up in there. Do some crazy old stuff. Yeah, man, we got them hopping on the surface. We might just have to change our approach. One of those days, huh? Oh, my goodness. Look at that bad hook set. But we slammed into the boat. It's up under the seat somewhere. I'm gonna let you out. You small. I'm gonna let all you out. I'll never keep it in here. Come on. It's all right. Little skinny bass. Let's see if we can prove the color change is what's gonna do it right. Oh my goodness. It might be the color. It might be the color. Oh man, look, another little skinny little bass. That's what I mean. Like, there are a lot of small bass in here. And the goal, I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna catch all these little skinny little bass. I'm gonna go and take them to some waters that I know are dying. So I fish them. I like to do that little stuff out in the woods somewhere. I'm gonna start putting these bass in there in different places and, you know, giving them a good chance. Give them a good chance. You know, what's going on this weekend? Can we do it this weekend? Because I don't think that we're gonna get enough big bass out here if we keep having these little ones taking over. Like I just think that gotta get them out of here. But you know, sometimes I look up and catch a nice one, catch some good ones. So I just know catch a lot more of those little tiny ones, and that's what's been hitting today. And those are really small. That's just like those are like honestly way too small for this time of year, for it to be a last year's hatch. They're too small. A last year's hatch, a yearling should be bigger than that, but the population is so out of control that I think uh, can't compete food wise. You know. Now, when my uncle was living, he used to feed all these fish, and you know, he used to do a lot of stuff. But that's not what's going on anymore. So let's move out a little bit. Still some fun action. I'm not mad about that. You know, when you're a kid or younger, what have you, like some people like they get excited for any size, and sometimes I've gotten into a habit where I'm just after big ones, and everything else just doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I had to start changing that and getting back to like I just like to fish. Going back to when I just wanted to go fishing so bad, and catching anything was exciting, and everything. And that's where it is, you know. Shoot, cause nothing worse than going out and not catching a doggone thing. Like when you just after them. So you gotta take the bitter with the sweet and enjoy the time out. Only time a bad day of fishing is when all my equipment, things like that, are just nothing's working right. I rushed it and just made a hot mess of everything. Those days suck. Or when I'm just too tired and I know it's time to go and things like that. Now, I know probably to get to the bigger fish, you're gonna have to outpace the little fish. And they're hanging out here, and the bigger ones, they're not nasty. Nothing's eating them up, so they gotta still be in here somewhere. Yeah, we gotta put some money on this thing. It's one thing I can't stand. Let's see here. This end over here is a deeper end. I hardly ever fish over here. I hardly ever catch fish, but I put my sonar in a while back, and it's like, yeah, I got a lot of fish down here. Must be where a lot of the catfish should start going to, since they're not up at the top anymore. Mm-hmm. Man, I love these Sony cameras over my GoPros. Way longer battery life, and they never ever screw up. GoPro cameras, I've never had one to not let me down with corrupted data, overheating, not recording when you think it's recording, just buggy as I don't know what. And yeah, I'm a stupid subscriber at this point. I decided to buy back into their product this past year and everything, and but they've proved to me still it's the same junk. They let you down, but Sony has never let me down. My Sony cameras, I'm still buying these things on eBay, old ones and things like that. Yeah, they're only 1080p, but man, they're reliable as I don't know what. The 4K ones are extremely hard to find. at a decent price for an old product. But people who know, and they hold on to them. It's just too bad that GoPro got the public's attention and everyone just bought into them and know them by name alone. And it's that consumerization of things where the consumer is just like, oh my goodness, man, come on, hit that thing. Golly. Must be another brim or something, because straight up was getting it right. They just couldn't do anything with it. Biting the tail or something. I love kayak fishing. I like fishing on the shore. I like fishing, doggone it. Yeah, I'm not lying. I would fish in a ditch. I was fishing in a ditch on Sunday. I really was fishing in a ditch on Sunday. In a little ditch. A little bit more water than a bucket. But I had a purpose. There was a bunch of little green sunfish in there. And I decided to catch them so I can put them back in the pond on the other side. Dang it, man. I am getting some decent hits, but there is something wrong with my setting the hook or the size of the fish. Now, let me see if I got some micro chatterbaits or something here. That might be what I need to do. Oh, goodness. We need to get some more fish up in here. But it's fun when you got brim and everything kind of hidden. And that's what we could do. If we put on something, we might need to put on one of these smaller spinner baits or something like that. Let's just go ahead and try a smaller one. Because a lot of these things got big, extra wide gap hooks, and I'm not getting the action on those things. Now we can make a mistake. Now what happened over the weekend is I decided to take this little pole out right here and do some micro brim fishing. And I hooked into a huge bass with this little micro light line. This rod is a little Shakespeare Micro Series, 5.5 feet, light action, 4 to 8 pound. And it's got 6 pound test on it. Because I like to do that. I have a few micro rods that I like to go out, but I'm not lying. Every time I end up using one of these, I'll catch something big and can't finesse them in always. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna put this little spinner bait on it, and let's see what's actually trying to mess around with these poles. Like, now it's not white, but we're gonna see. Sometimes I'm just too curious. I gotta know what's going on. And it ain't no lie, I'm gonna upload a video this week where I catch my personal best bass. I caught a nice 7.22 largemouth bass. And then I proceeded to catch a nice 6 pounder. And that's my personal best on the largemouth bass. My best spotted bass is a 7 pound spotted bass. There we go. It didn't take it long. Let's see what's over there popping this doggone line. Yeah, we got an issue. We got a problem. The green sunfish seem to be taking over this body of water. They're everywhere, and they're hitting everything. They are just like, they don't have any sense. Like a green sunfish is like a mosquito. They just go after everything to me like they have no business going after. If that's what we're gonna catch today, then doggone it, we're gonna put a hook in all of them now. Show them something. But they must be spawning. Now, one of the things I was gonna put on there, I have this bluegill swim bait. I was hoping the bass might be out on their beds or something, or out patrolling. And man, they will bust a bluegill in half. Like it's get scary out here for these bluegill when these bass are doing their thing. Oh shoot! Yep, another green sunfish. Another green sunfish. They are everywhere today. It's all right. We'll catch them. I am not gonna turn it down. I catch some fish, doggone. I came out here to fish. Boy, they are everywhere. I told you all those little hits. I was getting hits, but it's like whatever it was wasn't hitting the way it needed to. Hey, got a crappie. That's a little skinny old thing. Little skinny leg woman. Little skinny face. So I'm gonna hit that again. And sometimes that's what you gotta do. All this power fishing. I have one rod, I'm not gonna lie, maybe a couple. One of them straight up has 40 pound or 80 pound. I can't even remember. I had a guy in Northern Cal hook it up. But that's my heavy lure rod. But I'm just not out here fishing with no 40-pound test line, trying to catch these little bass and just horsing them in and doing stuff like that. There is something special about a fish breaking your line. There is something finesse about it. It's just I'm just not one that wants to just horse everything in, and you just slamming hard. And, oh man, just I don't know. I mean, I get it. That's the industry, and everybody want to see it and stuff. But that's not me. Like there's a time where you read stories about the old timers. I caught this 80-pound catfish on 10-pound test line, and it took me 4 hours to wear him out. You know, that type of stuff right there. That shows some stuff. That shows versus just using a doggone cable winch. You better bring it in if that's the point. There's a lot of things in the fishing community and industry that's changing. Lattimore, Latimer. I can't remember his name. Brian, maybe. But ooh yeah, he just did a video the other day talking about the old guys. He's like, you know what? Everyone, because you got some people out here talking about live scope and everything else, the issues with that. And I started using live scope back in 2018, and I said it then, like it's a borderline cheating, but you know you can go back on my old videos back then when I announced it that I bought it. But I said, you got to keep up. I like to learn stuff and everything else. What are people using? Make sure I'm in the know. That's the type of person I am, a techie. Even if I choose not to use it, I like to still know how to use it. So that means I get a lot of stuff, test a lot of stuff, whatever the case is, so I can at least have some knowledge on. I don't like to speak on stuff that I don't know. Even if it sounds like I'm hating on it, it's probably because I really truly used it and can form a real opinion. But anywho, he's talking about the old guys that used to win a lot, and this is what Scott Martin got in trouble for, and then he ended up quitting. But it's like you go to a local body of water, and you say, hey, where they at, what they hitting on, and blah blah blah, and people are going out with guides and talking to people and stuff like that. And he's like, well, that was the way the old guys cheated. It weren't that they were just saying, man, I don't care how good of a fisherman you are, you're just not pulling up to every body of water and just catching monsters all the time. Like, we know where bass hang out. We know points. We know ledges. We know docks. We know all this. I mean, yeah, we get all that stuff right all day long. But when you got somebody that's fishing that thing all week and they're like, look, they're over here. What man? I just lost 3 fish in a row. But so that was the old school way of cheating. And so now people are saying, man, the old guys were better fishermen and they ain't have the cheater box and everything like that. Well, all these guys are doing, I mean, he said, it's tomato, tomato between what's cheating now. I agree with that, Uh, I think the best way there should be tournaments are probably pop-up tournaments. Pop up and you don't know where it's gonna be, what it's gonna be, and who's gonna be there. And no pre-fishing. It's just like, you pull up and say, okay, who's got it today? And you're gonna see who gets luckier. Yeah. This is fun stuff. Now we're just having fun. We're not out here just chasing big fish and stuff. We out here just fishing. Letting the sun go down and fish. Seeing what we catch. You know. But there are gonna be some more videos coming. I'm gonna be posting where I went live over the weekend is where I caught my biggest bass. And where that is a lot of big bass. So that day was just windy and out of control. And you all just looked like I was making a mess that day. But best believe you all are gonna be saying soon, like, man, that place is crazy. Like, you keep on, Jamie, how many big bass am I gonna catch this year? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna show you all more this year than I've shown you all in the past. Like, it got to a point for me. I had somebody come in and say my brim video or something was boring, it's not hard. And I'm gonna say it again. I truly believe catching a trophy brim is harder than catching a trophy bass. You think that all because everyone can drop a worm in the water and catch a brim, and those usually yearlings. You go catch a trophy bass, those are rarer than big bass. Big bass don't have predators. Bass don't have predators like brim, and things like that. So, especially you're doing a lot of catch and release on those things. So brim doesn't get a chance. Brim, their bite turns off in the dark versus a bass turns on. Different things like that. So, you know, yeah, you can catch brim rarely easy, but catching a trophy, man, you're not gonna catch. There are a handful of people in this world that call it trophy brim. Period. But everyone, if you fish long enough, will catch a big bass. If you're in a good location, I don't think I'm ever gonna catch a trophy bass out of here. As long as the population is out of control the way it is. But anywho, there's a lot of technique to it. It's like these crappie guys, you know. So it got to a point where I was catching a lot of big bass, and I felt like I was just too good at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a challenge. I'm gonna learn how to catch bigger brim or find bigger brim and find bigger crappie or whatever the case was. And I started doing that, and I forgot how to bass fish. It went to a point I'm like, I can't catch a bass anymore. I can't catch a big bass anymore. Like, what the F? You got to keep using it. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. Once you get good, go to another body of water. Go to another body of water and try it there. And you'll be humbled because, like, that new body of water, the same techniques don't work. In NorCal, I got a few places I can go and catch some decent bass. One place, like, it's a tough doggone body of water, but I put so much time on that thing until I could probably still go out there right now and catch them. You know, but things change. Fisheries change over time, and things like that. So, man, what is going on with this lure? Why is it not acting right anymore? I'm not catching fish. It must be something wrong with it. It's not me. It can't be me. Let's go. We're gonna get some on this cast. Watch. I got so many fishing rods and lures and stuff. Like, I got I got too much of everything. Yeah, I knew we'd catch some on this. Oh man, ain't bad. It's a crappie. Not bad crappie. It's not bad. Thank you. But and that's just the thing. Like you say, Jamie, why are you fishing with that little rod or that little 202 or something like? Cause I want to. Sometimes I don't want to take that other stuff out here. Like it's not. This isn't the place for my 8 foot rod and 80 pound test line or whatever that crap is on there. Like I don't even use that one that often. I use it this weekend, but it's I don't use it often at all. And that thing is a lot of expensive gear right there. But I'll keep a little $10 pole around me, and you might see me using that thing a lot. One ball bearing versus 10 ball bearings, like, and don't get wrong, I got a good mix of bag of really nice stuff and some good stuff, and I got some downright cheap stuff. Stay humble, you know. Just prove it all day long, and I still keep my cane poles. I like to, ooh man, hit that thing. Uh, uh, uh. I wasn't ready. I was pulling out the slack. Let's try to do this thing again. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah, we should get one on this one. The spot is just too good to not get one. And we don't like we're gonna get one. Let's slow it down and see what happens. Hmm. Well, prove me wrong. Then go over here to this little duck house over here and see what's under the duck house. But one thing I am determined, I'm gonna find a big bass in this doggone pond. Like, it doesn't make any sense for it not to be one. With all these bass, and a lot of these small ones, like, what is going on? There's still gotta be some good ones. They're just doing something different, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I'm gonna figure it out. Yes. Oh my goodness. That was a nice little fun hit right there. Dang it. That was a bass. Right in the cypress knees. Ooh. Got another little hit. Let's not get too close. Get too close. Sometimes you just know. Yeah. Hit it again. This spinner bait is like something's happening with like it's not spinning. Okay. One, two. Balance getting off. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Actually, these little things. This one's the bigger one of the day. All right. Yeah, it's a sign. They're gonna get bigger. Let's let them get big. Let's let them get bigger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What is this? Another green sunfish. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. That's what's up. These green sunfish are spawning. Hook jammed all up in my mouth right there. Getting my phone cable all wet. Yeah, you see a tail right there. It's all messed up and everything. This thing is fanning up a nest. That's what's going on with the green sunfish right now. They are trying to make the magic happen. Thank you. It's a little bit shorter where I was trying to put that thing. Gotta put it in the pocket. Right there. Let's do it again. We'll get it right where we want it this time. Right in the pocket. I mean, right there. Let's see what happens. Ain't a doggone thing happening. It's just perfect. And they didn't hit it. What's wrong with them? They got a problem. I'm here to solve it. That's all it is to it. I'll go ahead and put this larger spinner bait back on it. We're gonna go back around here. Boom, right up under the bridge over here. Let's see. Ooh. See if we got anything under the bridge. I'm not feeling anything. I'm disappointed. Go right there. See what happens. There's a little log right there. I can see that under the surface. Ooh, man. Something busted it. Yeah. Yeah. It must be a little thing. He hit it twice. Didn't stay on there. It was right there. Let's go back over there and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Couldn't commit it. Now, let's see. I've never put a little trailer on one of these little tiny little things. Let's see, what do I have? Oh my goodness. My favorite little tiny lure like that. But let's see if putting a little curly tail grub on here might just do a little something. With the curly tail grub, make it just a little bit bigger. Let's see what happens. where the sun goes down too much. Oh man, that's the one I should have put on there. I got a real bad feeling. You see, my baby don't love me anymore. Yeah, I got a real bad feeling. I said, my baby don't love me anymore. She waits till it gets 9 below 0. Wow, wow. And she put me out in the cold. You see, I got cold-hearted woman. Seem like she got ice water in her veins. Real cold-hearted woman. Dang it. I forced it in right when they were hitting it. Seem like she got ice water in her veins. Yeah, she told me she loved me. But she put me down for another man. Give her all my money. Buy her diamond rings and everything. Give her all my love and my money. Well, well. Buy her diamond rings and everything. That way that girl talk about me. It's that low down dirty shame. Mm, there we go. Dang it. Yeah, I'll fish backwards in the kayak. Watch. I'll sling it behind me backwards sometime. Like I gotta get it. I want to try that now. 360 degrees. Don't have to always move this thing around. Just swing it. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, ain't that nothing? Man, tore the tail off. Well, it ain't no fun in that. Let's see here. We'll cut this one just a little bit. Put a little paddle tail on here. There we go. I like that. I like it. I had plans on using some different baits today, like the Craig, the little backwards jerk bait and everything like that. And I was going to use the little live scope on the kayak, but I ended up leaving the mount because I changed it up to put it on the boat for the bass tournament for the co-angler. And yeah, so I said, you know what? It's all good. We know how to fish without electronics. We Don't need that stuff. Ooh. Just a bunch of little bass. What is going on with this? But we knew that coming in. I'm not surprised. I think I'm just trying to convince y'all it doesn't make any sense. So one of these videos, we're gonna come out here, we're gonna catch every little bass we can. We're gonna put it in the doggone aerated cooler. And I'm gonna take that stuff about 80 miles south. And we're gonna put it in some other water. Doesn't make any sense. That action looks good with that tail on it though. Shortening up that tail to make it match this little bait. Yeah. Golly, this might be a good one. Might be. mm. Mm. I don't know if it's still on there. It got on. I fish with rubber boots on with my feet hanging off the side of the kayak. I've been doing it for a long time, over a decade. But, oh, golly. That one feels good. That's just another little shaker, but, you know, hey. Another little shaker. It hit good, though. Thank you. I appreciate that. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can't be mad over that. Can't be mad over everything now, doggone it. But it sure seems like we're getting them on every cast over here. But we're using a different lure. Slightly different presentation than what we did earlier, so. Hit it again. Right at the bank. I mean, the bank, at the kayak. Uh-huh. I know. Kinda sucks. Sure, decent crappie. Thank you. They like this white and chartreuse. Boy, you just can't go wrong with those two colors, really, when you just want to catch something on the spinnerbait. Mm-hmm. Came off. I got 3 rods sitting in front of me, and I'm just down just to using this one. Dang. Let's see if we can't get a big one though. If the bass are starting to come in, mm, hit it again. I told you to hit it again, and you did it. I appreciate it. That's why I'm gonna let you go. I am going to let you go. Yes, I am. Sometimes when I see I'm just really catching a lot of fish, I'll turn around and make these hooks barbless so I can just get them out. We just catch and release them. Like, no need to hurt them too much. You know, I definitely want to see them and everything, but there's just no need to tear a fish up for my pleasure. The goal is to catch and release them. Get them back in there the best way you can. Mm. Yeah. Man, it's not hitting it though. I mean, it's not staying on. It must be a brim or something. Yeah, golly, it hit it 3 times. Or it's probably like 3 fish or something. A lot of times what happens is the fish will start competing. One of them, they're all trying to hit it. So one of them missed, the other one hit it, the other one hit it, the other one hit it. So, yep. I know I'm over here in the green sunfish section again. This is like, this is not a red ear. See, these fish will intermix. But this thing has a red ear and it looks kind of like a red ear sunfish, but it's not. It's a green sunfish. It's like a hybrid. A warmouth, goggle eye, something like that. Blue. Hmm. I saw that. Yeah, something right there. These bass are busting up some minnows or something. Oh my goodness, that was interesting right there. That's why they're hitting this thing like this. They are just chasing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Running stuff around. Got the little fish jumping up in the air. Running from it. Got bats up in here flying around. Golly, right up there. Let me get on over here. They are busting up over here. It's getting very close to top water time. I was about to say, what is that? It's geese. Bunch of geese and ducks hang out around here. Little sanctuary. I think one thing we're gonna do, let me see, what rod is the heaviest I got since the bait caster is, oh we out of line. I want to put this swim bait on it. Let's see what's up. They're just busting up right there. I need to give them something different. They might be like, look, this little green and white thing coming through here. Everybody hitting it like crack, and then we don't see them anymore. Like they just run away. Like, don't touch that white and green thing that's swimming around. Like I'm trying to tell you. Everybody I see do it, man, they get hooked and they out of here. Yeah. Oh, golly. Lost it right there. That's me. I had the rod tip up and I was just trying to horse that thing in there. Disrespectful. Just being disrespectful. They are just busting up around here. They're really busting up right there. Ah, man. Get out of there. Just gotta go backwards. Hmm. Before I go, let me It's a disrespect to use these doggone bigger rods here anyhow. That's honest. Mm. Sometimes with frogs and stuff, what I like to do is uh, cast them on the shore and then drop them down from the shore, let them fall in or start like they just jumped in right there and stuff. And that usually does some good things for me. Crawfish, whatever. All right, let's try to. I don't have any lights with me, so we will fish. It's already 8, so sundown. I mean, we got enough. We're gonna go ahead and start heading in. Get a couple of casts. That way, at least I'm loading up with a little bit of light. Starting to see snakes everywhere over the weekend. Shoot, I saw a lot of little snakes. It's that time of year. Hmm, lost that one. Largemouth are rather lethargic, but when you all see this video that I'm gonna release this week of these big bass, hey, big largemouth bass do fight good, but they're still rather lethargic. To me, they burn out pretty quick. Man, spotted bass, golly, those things are on crack all day long. They are about that business. I love catching spotted bass. Probably I like spotted bass more than largemouth bass. Like they're tanks. It's like a smallmouth bass, but golly, they are tanks, tanks, tanks. For the first time that I realized though, I caught a red eye bass over the weekend. A spot and a red eye. No largemouth. That's the thing about river fishing, man. They fight tough. These fish don't know anything about having to fight currents or anything like that. They're like, oh, I'll give up. I give up. I'm out of gas. I'm hooked. I'll see you all later. Catfish, they're always about that business, though. They only get worse. Bowfin, oh my goodness. They are absolutely fun to catch. Like a green sunfish, very soft meat, very, very aggressive, extremely aggressive. Some people don't know what they're doing, missing out on catching bowfin. Like, you want to fight, forget a largemouth bass. Go catch you a 15-pound bowfin. Like, they're readily available. Big bowfin all day long in the swamps. You know. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Dang it. Let's see if I can get around that thing. As it starts to get dark, my casting ability, accuracy, does go down when I'm not in practice. And right then, we just went around the doggone dock pylon. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Mm-hmm. Dang it. Stayed on. I know, I'm starting to disappear on you probably. We're leaving. I got stuff I gotta do. And I think what I needed from this trip, I got. I need to de-stress. Oh yeah. Oh man, don't think it stayed on there. Dang it. Good little hit. Good little hit. Dang it. Hmm. 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 I wish I had brought a light. But we do have to go. I just don't have an off switch. Yeah. I knew the crappie bite should come on. They are still about that business. Thank you. Crappie just stink. Crappie have a doggone smell that just like, they just stink. They stink to me. I mean, there's nothing like sometimes worse than a mess of crappie. Like, oh man, now I gotta clean these big old stinking fish. Like you can tell crappie. Like I can catch bass, I can catch catfish, everything like that. But crappie, you can smell them. You can definitely smell crappie. I thought we would have hit a bluegill or something by now. Is it gonna stay on? I know it's a crappie. Nope. There we go, right in the pocket. You just gotta slow it down for crappie. They're just like, Ooh, I'm not gonna chase it. It's right in front of me. Gulp. You know, bass will chase, brim will chase, all that chase. Crappie, they're like, oh, that's in front of me. I'll hit it. Oh, it went by. I mean, they will chase a little bit. They're not gonna chase it fast. They're not gonna just like run for it. They're gonna like go up or down for it. You know. Yeah, we getting too dark. You know. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down. You know. All right. Adios.